Worst episode ever, okay? Didn't like it at all.
Don't do that.
Very sad.
No, don't do that ever again. You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
It's the Watchers on the couch. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch, a TV and film discussion podcast here on the Onyx Edge Podcast Network. This is the Doctor Who edition. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
And today we are discussing episode 4 of series 11?
I don't even know
I
anymore.
think it's 11.
Okay, sure.
It's been on for 11 years. It's actually been on longer, but there were some breaks.
Yeah.
Some small breaks. Arachnids in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There were
spiders.
Lots of spiders.
Big spiders. Big
giant
CG spiders.
Big ass spiders. Scary spiders. I was on the edge of my seat.
You really were.
I don't like spiders.
I don't like spiders either,
Look,
but I wasn't as freaked out as you.
Listen, spiders that big do not belong anywhere on our television. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Or on Earth, apparently.
Or on Earth, really. Yeah, no, I liked the episode. I thought it was fun, but it was spooky. It was like perfect for Halloween.
You liked the episode and you thought it was fun?
Yeah, I thought it was a fun episode.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well,
did I think that?
There's a lot of people that disagree with you.
Of course there are.
Of course there are. There are people that just can't have any fun.
Oh, no.
And they have to take to the internet.
Okay.
To let their voices be heard.
Well,
especially on IMDb.
Damn
which
it.
brings us immediately to our segment, Dr. Boober. So first of all, we are recording on November 1st. We are way behind. It's been a crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was Halloween week.
okay.
So there was Halloween yesterday, and then
Yeah.
the day before that, we had Mystery Science Theater 3000
Yes, that
live.
was so freaking awesome.
30th anniversary. That was a great time. Sarah got us
Yes.
front row tickets.
Because I'm awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was a lot of fun. If it's coming to your town, I mean, if it's already come to your town, then you're kind of SOL.
Yeah.
But if it's coming to your town soon, and you're a Mystery Science Theater fan, I highly suggest you go. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But at any rate, that's why we are a little behind. So the podcast will go out late tonight, and then the video version probably won't be out until probably Saturday.
No.
Maybe Friday. Depends on how things go.
Okay.
But at any rate, Arachnids in the UK. We've had about 5 days for people to get their votes in and write their reviews.
Yeah. There
So
lots of time there.
a lot fewer reviews than the previous 3 episodes on IMDb.
Okay.
However, 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
No, really?
Yeah.
That low?
Ties this episode for third worst episode of Doctor Who, according to IMDb ratings.
Oh my gosh.
At a
wow.
6.2, it ties with In the Forest of the Night from Series 8.
What was that one about?
That's the one where it's a Peter Capaldi season, a bunch of trees pop up in England, and it's very
Right.
Clara and Danny Pink centered.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is with a 6.2. At a 6.1 is Series 2, Fear Her, which was David Tennant and Billie Piper, where there was a little girl whose drawings were coming to life.
Oh yeah, that was a great episode. That wasn't a
Apparently
good.
not.
I liked that one. Oh my gosh! Wow.
I didn't
Okay.
like that one too much, but
Just an outlier over here.
interestingly enough, what I consider to be the worst episode of All New Who, Love and Monsters, actually has a 6.3, so it's rated slightly higher than this episode.
Okay. Well,
But the worst episode of all time, according to IMDb, Series 9, Sleep No More, with a 6 even. 6.0, and that's the one where the eye crust became monsters.
oh yeah.
I thought the monsters were dumb, but I actually enjoyed the premise of the episode itself. But like the origin of the monsters themselves. was
Yeah,
kinda
that was really stupid. What about the one where everybody's fat? Like they were taking these pills and the fat
weird.
was
The
like
adipose ones from the
Yeah.
David Eccleston series. Surprisingly enough, that is like a 7.1.
That was a really terrible episode.
I should note, there are very few, out of all 11 series of Doctor Who so far, very few are in the 6s. Very few.
Well, that makes sense, because it's usually a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well.
At any rate.
Anyway.
We've got some 1-star reviews here. Unfortunately.
Wow.
No Ancient Christian Church this week.
I was going to ask.
He's not. I guess he wrapped it up. I guess he canceled Series 11 for himself because he is not in the listing.
Maybe he really liked it and he didn't want to talk about it.
Maybe that's it. That has to be it. We're gonna start out. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
We're gonna start out with Micah Ratchet with his 1-star review.
Micah.
Micah.
So it might be a woman. Micah.
Okay.
Is that not a female name too?
Well, sure.
Okay.
I've only known male Micahs.
Okay. No, Micah.
That doesn't mean anything.
All right. What's Micah got to say?
Well, Micah has to say, what?
That's it?
No. That's just the headline of the review.
That's a terrible review.
Was there a chunk of this episode missing, or are there still spiders out there? They were all around town. That hip-hop music would not just bating them in.
Oh, my God.
Like, also... What? He also says, like, also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I say like a lot when I talk, but when I type, I don't, say like.
You don't say like?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually did that on purpose, too. That wasn't...
Okay.
Like, also, why were spiders the only things affected by the toxicity? We should have giant bugs or of different variations. The whole plot didn't make sense and felt like scenes were missing. Also, why is starving the spiders and slowly killing them nicer than just shooting them?
Yes! I'm sorry, I thought the same thing.
We're Americans, apparently, and apparently starvation
is more humane. It's a more humane death than shooting someone or shooting an animal and putting it out of its misery.
Oh, sorry.
It's just no, you're fine. I'm just blown away that was okay. Now I'm really fine. Real fine.
You're real fine?
Real fine. All the time. No, I was just saying, how is that better? Do you know why?
I don't know why. In fact, Micah goes on to continue.
Oh.
Is the Doctor not willing to take them to a planet where they can survive in? Or they can survive in? WTF. Actually, it wasn't even a question. It was just WTF.
WTF.
It was a statement.
What? The front door.
Yeah. I won't even get into the characters. This was just bad. I honestly believe this was the worst episode of Doctor Who I have ever seen.
Aww.
100% believe that. A 1-star rating is perfectly fair.
Okay. Wow.
But we agree about the...
he brought up some good points. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say he didn't.
He had some great misspellings.
He was pretty fair about his judgment of the episode, but I don't agree that it deserves only 1 star. I mean, the CGI alone.
Oh, a lot of people don't like the CG. They thought the CG was terrible. One of those people is me.
I have terrible taste, apparently.
I didn't think
I thought it was so realistic.
I was not scared at all.
I was so scared.
It's way more. I thought the giant spider in Lord of the Rings was way more scary than this episode. Yeah. And then that CG is dated as well now.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to go on, or we're going to move on.
All right, let's move on.
This is CC83044.
Excellent handle.
Yes, if they have numbers after their name, they are definitely not a Russian bot. Tooth monster, flying rags, some random dude, giant spiders. First tooth monster, then flying rags, then some random ass dude with a vortex manipulator. We still don't know his motivation, and now giant spiders.
Yeah.
What's next? Flying books? Perhaps a monster who collects tongues and attaches them to his arms. No. What Doctor Who needs is a flying molten lava worm. But seriously, there is nothing that is interesting me so far.
He wasn't serious up to this point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But seriously, there is nothing that is interesting me so far in this series. If I was a new fan, I would have quit the series by episode 2 because the writing is so boring and flat.
Oh.
And the acting, my God, it needs to be improved. Jodie and Ryan need to step it up.
Okay.
Ryan's the name of the... Interesting enough, Ryan's the name of the character, Jodie's the name of the actress. Which is why I picked this one in particular.
That's pretty good.
And because I was...
Confused me for just a second. I was just like, oh, okay.
I was also struggling to find things that weren't politically motivated.
Yeah, of course. Because we want to stay away from that.
I will say, so far, the season still... I did enjoy this episode enough. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this series still isn't doing it for me.
Okay.
But we'll get into some other stuff. So those were our two main ones, but we do have a returning guest.
We do.
Not Ancient Christian Church.
Of course, you already brought that up.
But it is Fabrizio Assini.
Okay.
And this one is long.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is going to be fun.
All right.
Very melodramatic. I weep for the death of the doctor.
Okay.
Should I do that voice the entire time?
Please don't. You can start it that way, but yeah.
Doctor Who, as we knew it for nearly 55 years, is officially dead. This is unrecognizable. That's completely misspelled as well, but not enough for me to try to actually pronounce it.
Okay.
As the same show, Doctor Who and Friends, the soap opera, continues with just a hint of sci-fi. Nothing remotely edgy about these giant spiders at all. But they love Grimes tunes. Which I guess is that type of music.
I guess. I don't know.
Excuse me. Thought higher production values, question mark, exclamation point. Spiders looking very cheap and GGI.
GGI. I like it. No, GGI. Perfect.
TARDIS flying through the vortex at the start, hideously out of place with the history of the show.
What?
Okay.
Whatever.
Jodie Whittaker is appalling in the role, bland, boring, and lacking star quality. The role is too much for her, and no character is shinning through.
Yeah, I hate it when they don't shin.
This is episode 4, and the Doctor is just meh. Everything is delivered in a boring, high-pitched spectrum bordering on irritating. Has one gormless look on her face constantly.
A what?
It says gormless. That might actually be a word because it doesn't show up on my spell check.
What is that?
I don't know. It's probably, maybe it's a British term. You can look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Don't get me wrong now. A woman doctor could have been wonderful in the right showrunner's hands and played by the right actress. Mm-hmm. Think the point is that it is all too safe and just meh. The doctor is now McGiver. McGeever. It's MGYVER.
He's trying to say MacGyver.
He's trying to say MacGyver.
Okay.
Using household items to fend off foes. The acting is so bad throughout this episode by the supporting cast yet again. I have loved this show growing up with the classic series as a child since Tom Baker regenerated into Peter Davison. Even the classic series with its small budget had better plots and storylines. Even since its return in 2005, I have loved it. Yes, I may not have liked all the episodes and storylines at times, but that's Doctor Who. It was good enough to keep me coming back each week, and I looked forward to the Doctor's escapades in anticipation. Not now. It's dead. I have never felt so bad and upset regarding this shoddy job by Chibnall. It's terrible. Way to destroy an institution. Poor writing, bad acting, lack of plot intrigue and character development. Bradley Walsh is the only good thing in this series, surprisingly. Perhaps he should have been cast as the Doctor. Here's hoping that, like Christopher Eccleston before it was leaked, the 13th Doctor is also secretly regenerate at the... Yeah, this is a weird sentence. The 13th Doctor is also secretly regenerate at the end of the series. Best thing, in my opinion, would be a new Doctor, new showrunner kicking off a revamped format on Saturday nights in 2020. Wishful thinking. Alas, I think it's heading for cancellation. And as a fan who lived through the wilderness years after the classic series was canceled, this makes me weep.
It's very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
And that's why, thank you, Fabrizio Assini, for returning to Dr. Boo-Hoo.
No joke.
With that 5-minute long melodrama.
We had a lot of whiners. I just got to say, like, too many people whining.
A lot of... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Gormless, if you want to know.
I do want to know.
Okay.
And everybody else listening wants to know.
Yeah, if you don't know already, it's to behave in a stupid or awkward manner.
Oh, she does behave gormlessly. He's right. She's very awkward. It's weird that the Doctor still doesn't know herself by episode 4.
Yeah, it is odd, but yeah. Okay.
But there you have it.
Look, I didn't know myself until I was in my 30s, so it took me 30 years.
She's in her 2000s. She looks great.
She does.
For her age, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we got for Dr. Boo-hoo.
Okay.
Closing it out.
Cool.
Any thoughts
about
about these whiners?
the whiners? I am kind of disappointed in them, actually.
Yeah, shame on you.
Shame. Yeah, they need to just have an open mind about this whole thing. You know, like there are new writers. It's a new cast. Everything's brand new. They need to find their footing.
Well, to be fair, how long do you need to find your footing?
I don't know. I don't know.
A whole season?
No, not a whole season.
So how long before they can officially fairly say they don't like the show?
They can. You know,
At what
think
point,
no.
How long can your mind be open?
As long as you believe.
There's a shirt.
No, I don't know. I don't have a date. I don't have like a time frame in mind. I just feel like they're whining. They're complaining for what? You know, they're sad. They're sad that their Peter Capaldi Doctor is not on the show.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of writing style is not happening right now. That's fine. Be upset about it. Write about it on the internet.
It is a far cry from that writing style, though.
Totally different.
It does feel like a different show.
Yeah.
I can close this now because
Okay.
I don't need it anymore.
Okay. Anyway, that's what I think. What do you think about them?
I enjoy the people that I featured.
Yeah.
Because they weren't complaining about how Trump was being unfairly made fun of with the villain.
Look.
Listen.
Look
and listen.
I just wonder, like, when you were going through those 1-star reviews, does it bring you down?
Oh, absolutely.
Does it make you think of all the things that you hate about the show?
Yeah.
Do you feel worse about the show after reading those reviews, or do you feel about the same?
I feel about the same.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It doesn't like sway you one way or another?
There's in the case of this episode, there was nothing in it that I didn't already feel.
Okay.
I think it was the second episode, though. Mm-hmm. Like the first time I did this, where it's like, oh yeah, I didn't notice that before. That was stupid.
Yeah.
And then the Rosa Parks episode, like the villain.
The villain was.
We talked about that right after we watched the episode.
Yeah, it was really bizarre.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
And hear from our sponsors.
All right.
Which is us.
Oh, cool.
It is also November. It's a new month, which means a new episode of Watchers at the Movies is going to be coming at you sometime this month.
Ooh, exciting.
I think Venom might still be in the theaters at the Dollars show, so you still have time to check out Venom and listen to the October episode. Mm-hmm. But in November...
What are we watching?
Fantastic Beasts 2.
Woohoo!
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Love it.
That's going to be Nick, Debbie, Sarah, maybe me, maybe not. I might just hand the reins over and let somebody else try to take control and see what happens.
Just let this train fall off the rails a little bit.
You want to host an episode?
Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot. Really?
I am.
I don't like it.
Okay, well you don't have to. We'll see. But yeah, we don't have the set date yet because I don't even remember when the show premieres. Mm-hmm. But in the case of Venom, we recorded immediately after watching the movie. We didn't even have time to really collect all of our thoughts, and it showed because we rambled a lot. So I think we're going to take some time after seeing the movie and have a more coherent. I can't even say the two words
together.
More
coherent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Episode of Watchers at the Movies.
Sounds great.
This episode of Watchers on the Couch is brought to you by the Bacon and Nays podcast. Bacon and Nays is the log flume of podcasts. Your hosts Jimmy Lopez and Chris Nays take an exciting ride aboard a log made of news, pop culture, and whatever the hell they want. So don't be a ham and eggy. Check out Bacon and Nays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you fine audio entertainment connoisseurs get your hot pod. Okay, we're back. And now it's time to talk about what we really thought of the episode, our actual likes and dislikes.
Well, I'm going to let you start, actually.
Let me start.
Yeah.
I will start with dislikes.
Okay.
I hated the whole episode.
You did not.
I didn't. No, that's not true. The villain was dumb. Well, not the villain.
He wasn't a villain.
He wasn't a villain. He was just an asshole.
Exactly. He was a jerk.
I didn't like the asshole in this episode.
Okay, well, people generally don't.
Because, well, I actually do feel like, and here's the thing, like I tried to specifically avoid political bitching 1-stars.
Okay.
So this is coming from as someone whose politics probably align with the show writers. Mm-hmm. It's getting preachy.
Okay.
Even for me.
All right.
Obviously, the hotel owner running for president in 2020, that's not Donald Trump, but running against Donald Trump because he hates Donald Trump, and he's a complete...
He's a dipshit.
Crazy dipshit asshole.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
Okay.
It lacks the... It's also too timely in terms of its social commentary. A little too on the nose for Doctor Who in particular, I think, because...
You think it's not going to have a lasting...
I don't think it's going to be a lasting...
kind of
It's not
show.
going to be a timeless episode.
Right.
Because of... Like, I think this phase that we're in is going to go away, and we're probably... And, like, this whole weirdness that's going on with our crazy social media and our political toxicity at an all-time high on all sides... That pendulum will probably start to fall towards the middle and stay there, which will make this episode completely dumb. Or maybe it'll make the episode better.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay. Good.
That was good.
Yeah. That's amazing.
People should have appreciated that.
Yeah, well, if you watch the video,
Yeah, if you watch the video,
then you would know what
did,
just happened.
I totally did the Tom Baker thing.
Yeah.
That was my only main thing. The other thing is that, like, the doctor's still manic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just the way she's going to be for the entire thing, in which case I don't like it.
Is it that manic pixie kind of thing that they're going for? Is that it?
Do you think is that a thing?
Yeah, that's totally a thing.
And that's like just going to be her character?
It might be.
She's always going to be like socially awkward. I don't like socially awkward.
She might be,
characters.
though.
That's what I didn't like about Bones.
Okay. Yeah, right. You hated Bones. I really liked that show.
Well, I hated Bones once it started getting into later seasons because she's had experiences. Like, she was never consistently socially awkward. Like, sometimes she would get more stupid when it comes to social things.
Yeah.
It was never consistent.
She never had any, like, real progress with her.
You've had 8 years of character growth on this show, and you're still... really obtuse when it comes to interacting with people.
Do you want to have a podcast about Bones?
No,
to talk about it?
I don't.
Okay,
but
let's get back to the Doctor.
Well, I'm just explaining why I don't like the current personality of the Doctor.
Okay, well, I get that. But it is a personality type, you know, and maybe that is what they're going for, you know? And if that's the case, then you're really not going to like the rest of the season.
That's probably true, and I'm probably going to hope that she regenerate after the...
Yeah.
Whatever. Do you think she's going to be a one and done, or? I don't
know. I would be really sad to see her as a one and done because, I mean, it's a little bit conflicting. Okay. And at the beginning of it, I didn't really want to focus on the fact that she was a female doctor.
Right.
But at the same time, like, to have a one and done female doctor just because, like, maybe the writing isn't that great, it's really kind of sad.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't think Jodie Whittaker can't act.
No, I think she's a fine actress.
I think but I do think the writing so far is shoddy.
Yeah.
For sure. And but forget all that.
Okay, forgotten.
let's go back into what else I don't like about the episode.
All right.
The spiders. I appreciate trying to make a scary episode of Doctor Who. Some of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who were the scary ones.
Yeah.
And I know you were like scared shitless.
I wasn't scared shitless, but I definitely had a pillow I was holding on to the entire time because I didn't want to see certain things, and holding it up above my eyes, and just squeezing it.
Right.
But yeah, I was scared because the spiders were scary.
I didn't feel any of that. I just didn't.
Wow.
I was just watching. It's like, yep, those are some big spiders.
God,
and I hate spiders.
You're cold, man.
I'm not cold.
That was a little cold.
How was that cold?
I don't know. It's just like if you're afraid of spiders and you watch that and you didn't feel anything. Like, I'm not even that afraid of spiders in real life. But that scared me.
Okay. Like I said, I don't like the Lord of the Rings spider.
Okay.
I don't like the spider that's outside the house, building a big web.
Let that spider be.
Yeah, it's not going to get too big to breathe.
No, and it's killing all the bugs that we don't want in the house.
That is a main sticking point with me. Is the doctor's reaction to the spiders, or the solution for the spiders. Number one, there wasn't much of a solution. What about the ones they just locked in that room? They really just left them in the room to starve to death?
Yeah.
And what about all the ones in the rest of the city that...
Yeah.
There didn't seem to be a clear resolution to the actual creature of the week. Mm-hmm. Except for the big giant one, which was... Don't shoot it.
I guess the original one. Yeah, don't shoot it. But why not?
But why not?
Why not put it out of its misery?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get that.
I don't either. It doesn't make any sense, which is another reason why I feel like it was just let's make this faux Trump look like an idiot, like a real jerk.
Or maybe it was the whole American asshole, gun wielding asshole.
Maybe could have been that too.
Yeah.
But either way, it still doesn't seem like. I guess as an American asshole, I don't see the problem with shooting the spider.
Yeah.
It seems more humane.
It does seem
it's like
more
putting. Does England have horse racing?
I think so. Yeah, I'm almost certain they do.
Do they shoot the horses when the legs break?
I don't know.
Somebody's got to let me know.
Okay, well.
Somebody out there, let me know. It doesn't. Yeah.
Maybe not shoot, but like put it out of its misery. Kill it in some way. That's not that
right.
is
Yeah,
humane.
I don't know if we even shoot horses anymore.
Yeah,
I think we
but
give
just
them shots.
But just kill it in a humane way.
Right.
So it's not in pain.
Oh well. Anyway, those were the only issues I had.
Yeah. That's it?
That's actually it.
Did you like the rap?
Oh, I even forgot about the rap. I mean, no, actually, I thought the rap was really stupid.
I kind of liked it. I thought it was really fun, and like it got had a nice beat, and it was really. I mean, the lyrics were really dumb, but like,
well, lyrics didn't make any sense because we're not British.
Yeah,
like I think there was a lot of slang in that we just didn't.
It's like hashtag something like I don't know.
I don't know.
It was fun though. I enjoyed it.
I don't like having another disapproving mother of a companion and doctor relationship again. Yeah. I think that's been done enough.
With Piper,
Martha, Donna.
Okay, I didn't know Donna's mom was disapproving.
Oh yeah, Donna's mom didn't like the doctor to start with.
Okay. Yeah.
And now Yaz is like, yeah, it's been done. Let's let grown people do their grown thing. How about that?
Right.
Nope. Okay. The only one who we didn't have a real issue with was Clara and Amy because
they didn't really have a family.
Have moms.
Yeah, they didn't have a family. That is interesting. We did actually get to see a little bit more of Yaz's home life though, which was interesting.
I did like There's a lot of people complaining about the kitchen scene being stupid. But I liked it. Mm-hmm. I like getting introduced to the family members.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish we see more of them, and sometimes I wish we see less. I didn't care much for Martha's family, but I really liked Rory's dad.
Why?
I just thought he was fun.
Oh, okay.
And he just kind of gets like swept along for a couple episodes, and
did he?
Takes it in stride.
Gosh, I didn't even.
He's on dinosaurs on a spaceship.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, no, I thought it was really funny how Yaz's sister had a thing for
Ryan.
Ryan.
Like
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah, immediately. Like she's swooning over him.
And then Yaz's mom thinks Yaz and the doctor have something going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who knows?
Poor Graham, left out on an island. He's got nobody thinking that he's
He's so sad. He kept seeing his wife in the house, like having memories of her.
That was the major redeeming quality of this episode.
Yeah.
Was Graham. And actually the storyline, basically, I really like this episode just for the companions this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Where this was the episode that I was waiting for. This, in my opinion, should have been episode 2.
Okay. As opposed to them searching around the desert for their TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because usually when you introduce the new companions, they have the adventure, blah, blah, blah. By the way, here's the TARDIS. And
Mm-hmm.
they'll have their misgivings at some point, and then usually by episode 2 or even at the end of episode 1, they say, yeah, let's all go into the TARDIS. That's what people want. People want to move on with the adventure and the fun part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, basically the entire back few minutes of this episode was the redeeming point of this series for me at this point. That has me looking forward to the next episode. I really like the Graham stuff a lot. I really like the stuff about Ryan's dad and Ryan communicating with Graham a little more.
Yeah, that was cool.
I definitely like the more like Yaz being not such a let's put her over here and not have her do much.
Yeah, she was like front and center this episode. That was awesome. What do you think was in Ryan's letter? What do you think? I guess he said
It was like how his dad was sorry that he wasn't there at the funeral for him and
that's right,
for Grace.
But he wants to be there for him now.
Yeah, and he wants because
he's with a proper family.
Right.
Yeah, that was real shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was really shitty. Oh, sorry.
You can say shit.
Family episode.
I'm just trying not to say the F word.
Okay.
That's basically. I'm trying to keep it PG.
All right.
13.
No, I mean it was wrong that he did that, and we haven't met the dad yet.
Yeah, we haven't even seen him yet.
So
I suspect we will at some point.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it was interesting, and I want to see Graham and Ryan's relationship grow.
I think Graham is probably only going to be a 1-season companion.
Why?
Just because I think he's apparently he's a game show host and things like that too. Like he's got a career outside of Doctor Who.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, it just depends. If it makes sense for him to leave, then sure. But hopefully they don't kill him off.
They probably will.
Damn.
So he can be with his wife.
Oh, no, that's horrible.
No.
I don't like that.
Come on.
I don't like it. Too dark.
Hey, they've done it before.
I know. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like when companions die.
Yeah.
I think it sucks.
Yeah, of course it sucks.
Luckily, it doesn't happen too often, especially in the new seasons. But
what are you talking about?
well, even when they die, they come back.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, so Clara is stuck between life and death.
But she's still alive, and she's flying around and adventuring.
Okay.
But at the end of the Capaldi episode, like he gets his memories of her back, and she's part of the system that's all dead people, like just the dead people memories. So you still get you get some closure and know that Clara still exists in some form. Mm-hmm. Even after she finally makes her return to Gallifrey to like end her heartbeat,
Right.
and what have you.
Okay. All right. So that happened, and then what's her name? Last season, Capaldi, she turned into a
Bill turned into
Bill.
a Cyberman, but she, like I said, she was one of the robots. She gets saved by the pilot and becomes like a space being.
Okay. Oh, that's right. But I thought that was like a death of some kind.
It's more of a life of some kind, but then yes, eventually she dies and gets uploaded.
Yeah.
Like the whole like the death server of that Christmas episode. Like I mean, that's everybody. Everybody's been long dead and uploaded.
Wow.
So there's that. Then Rose was just trapped in another
Dimension.
but now she has the David Tennant clone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Martha didn't die. Donna's memory got wiped, which sucks.
Right.
But yeah, no actual deaths. Amy and Rory just get zapped to the past and live out their lives together.
Yeah.
And die as old people. So yeah, there hasn't been any like real character deaths in the new season or the new series. There's plenty in the old ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine with. There's a lot of people that don't like it. No, I don't like it. Death doesn't mean anything. They never stay dead. It's like, yeah, but you know,
It's too sad.
it's a fun show. We like fun.
Yeah. And Clara's fiance died.
Oh yeah, but nobody cared about him.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
Nobody cared about Danny.
Okay. I liked Danny.
Well,
But I like a lot of things that people don't like.
that's true.
I'm a little too positive, probably. I'm a little Pollyanna.
I don't know what that means, but
Just always looking on the bright side.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So what else?
I don't know. The previews for the next episode didn't tell me much of anything. I guess they're on some space hospital
I don't even.
thing.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember seeing it actually. So yeah, it wasn't that impactful.
Oh, moving back to this episode, who's the guy that plays fake Trump?
Oh well, he's not fake Trump. He's like he hates Trump. That's
Right, but
Chris
he's
Knowles.
Pseudo Trump. What else is he in?
He's in Sex and the City, and I'm pretty sure he's in Law and Order.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he looked semi-familiar.
Yeah,
I've never seen Sex and the City.
yeah, he plays Mr. Big on Sex and the City, and then I don't know.
He's called Mr. Big because
No, that's just her nickname for him.
Oh, okay.
And then at the very last episode, like you find out his real name because like he texts her and like it comes up as John.
Oh,
Yeah,
John Big.
yeah,
All right. Well, he plays a real good jerk.
yeah, yeah. He did.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to. I actually am looking forward to next episode to see how the dynamic changes now that like the Doctor has her grounded group, and they're excited to travel and see things.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll get us on the track of being Doctor Who.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mean, some people think it's already Doctor Who and it's the greatest thing ever, but.
I feel like that was directed directly at me.
Do you think it feels like Doctor Who and it's the greatest thing ever?
It feels like Doctor Who. I don't know if it's the greatest thing ever.
It doesn't feel like Doctor Who. It still doesn't feel like Doctor Who to me. And it's
Okay.
not. It's really not because of the character.
Okay.
It's because of it's
The
almost,
writing.
It's almost entirely the writing.
Yeah. Yeah. Always starts with the writing. I mean, that's how you tell a story. And
That's true. Remember that. It always starts with the writing.
okay. All right.
That'll probably do it for this episode.
Sounds good.
Let us know your thoughts. As always, visit us at watchersonthecouch.com. You'll find links to everything.
No, all the things we do.
All the things.
Yeah.
Really, if you think about
We
it.
do a lot.
So until next time, I'm Tim Barrow.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
Thank you for spending some timey-wimey with us.
Yeah.
Still like it?
I love it.
All right. And now our watch has ended. Until next one. Thanks for listening to Watchers on the Couch. If you've enjoyed this episode, we hope very much that you'll consider sharing it with a friend or two that might also enjoy it. Ratings and reviews on iTunes are always fine and dandy, but it's really word of mouth that helps podcasts to grow. Also, check out watchersonthecouch.com. There you'll find links to our social media as well as other ways that you can connect to us. We hope to hear from you soon, and we will talk at you soon.